As soon as you read that this question begins, find the interest, your thoughts should immediately turn to writing down the information that you're given in the problem, deciding which is the appropriate formula to use. So the investment is $75,000, which is our principal amount P. The rate is 4.5%, which as always we write in decimal form, which would be 0.045 here. And the interest is compounded weekly, which means we're going to be using the compound interest formula with n equals 52. Because n represents the number of times per year interest is compounded, weekly means 52 times per year. And the term of the investment is given as 8 years, that's T. Now I write my generic formula for future value, and again, we don't have a formula that directly gives us interest on a compound interest loan. We first find, or investment, we first find the future value, then subtract the principal. So for our future value formula is A equals P times 1 plus R over N, with those parentheses raised to the nt power. And the good news is there's 4 unknowns in this equation, and we have values for all 4 sitting right here. So we're good to go. P is 75,000. 1 plus R over N becomes 1 plus 0.045 over 52. Raised to the nt power, that's going to be 52 times 8. Now we have a pretty complicated calculation here, and there's a variety of different ways you could go about doing this. As long as you use order of operations, you're fine. But for what it's worth, one of the great things about a graphing calculator is it allows you to do calculations like this all at once. And if you can do that, that's always preferable because it's going to minimize your rounding error. So I'm just keying into the calculator exactly what it looks like. 75,000, open parentheses, 1 plus 0.045 divided by 52, close parentheses, exponent key, parentheses for the whole exponent, 52 times 8. And entering that, I get a future value of $107,000. $107,482, sorry, and 97 cents. That's the future value. It's not the amount of interest. To get the amount of interest, we're going to subtract the future value we just found, 107,482.97, minus our principal amount, 75,000. And of course, you could use a calculator for this, and many people would rather be boiled in oil than try to do a calculation like this mentally. But if you take a stab at it, you might find it's not really all that hard. Because to get from 75,000 up to 100,000 would be 25,000, and then we've got 7,000 more. That gives us 32,000 with the 482.97 left over. So there's the amount of interest on the loan. That's what we were asked for, so we're done.